guys doing?
Good. 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 Good.
What did you bring to the table?
Coffee.
Oh, I should have asked that.
Well, like, what are some of the items that we have?
We have home journals and
Journal?
Data sheet, student work, homework.
Less amount and homework for me.
Cool.
I have data sheets and homework.
I'm not liking my measurements, so I don't know.
Okay. So we can talk about that too.
Yeah.
How's the week been? Ever since we last met? Is the progress?
I think it's good. We're getting there.
Yeah.
I think so. It is good.
Yeah, because
Sort
we're
of.
doing the new style of the homework, passing it
Yeah,
out, giving them a few
that's
days to get it done. So they'll do it overnight, they'll bring it back,
Yes.
feedback.
And
And
then
then,
they're getting it sent back.
And what was their emotional response to?
Their emotional
Change.
response was, "Oh, yay! We have two. We
Wait
don't.
till
We
the
have to
last
do
day
it,
to
but they're
turn it
still
in."
wait. No, because I'm making mine turn it in the next
Every day.
and then I'm checking it and then sending it back.
Oh yeah, I remember you saying.
So, because I just
But they have 2 days to get it.
technically,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But with feedback and after the first day.
but it's still
I think the feedback is huge.
it's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It helps
But
really
I-
helpful.
What it's forcing them to do is pay attention to the feedback.
Yeah.
Whereas before they'd get the feedback but didn't have to do, didn't
They have to
feel,
do anything after.
they didn't feel like they had to
Fix it.
fix it.
Yeah, they
even
got
though
the
I-
feedback, but they
I-
didn't do anything with it.
Right.
Now they're doing something with it.
And now I
Yeah.
also have
That's
students
good.
saying, I worked on this the first day, and then I like write, like, you need to work on it some more, it's incorrect or something, you need to show a picture. And then be like, you know what, my mom and I, like they're saying like, I worked on with another person and I still don't get it. And that really shows me at least that they need
Those are
to be
interesting
reviewed.
conversations that you would normally not have.
Right.
Not have, yeah, because
Yeah.
they're like, oh, I just didn't get it.
Right.
And so, yeah, the
Right.
second feedback is really good.
And I think that probably you're gonna have like a growing number of students who really appreciate that process. Because there are some kids, in every class from day one who really are engaged and
Yeah.
are
Okay.
eager, to do well.
Right.
So, I think this process is good.
It
Yeah.
is.
It's a good change.
They're still having great difficulty with explaining themselves.
Yes,
Mhm.
so they may know how to do it, like 75% they know content, but then like 90%,
Putting it into the language.
exactly, getting it the way we
And
want
I have
it.
given them language frames. Okay, first I did this because, then I did this because, and they're still not giving me the because, or they're still, I did this and this and this.
Okay.
I divided and then I multiplied and then I added, or whatever it is. They're
Well-
not telling me the reasons they're thinking.
You've given us some journal prompts and language frames.
Yep.
And
I will
think
do
what
the same
I
thing.
want to do, sort of like our journals, how we pasted in the front cover, are like some language terms. I want to find some like math homework language terms they can put in their math journal that they take home. So then it's like, okay, first page, you absolutely know, here are some language terms you can use on your homework when you have to explain something.
But it's not just their homework, it's like
Yeah.
all the time. They have to get to that place and they're not there. And that language is killing us.
Okay, I do have some things I can share with you on that, but with those opening comments, it will just ask you to express that again in written form on this processing page, okay? But let's get started properly. I'll facilitate. But let's go ahead and get a recorder, process observer, and timekeeper. Recorder.
I'll record.
Alright.
I'll timekeep.
I'll process observe.
iPhone.
Boy.
Do you want, what are you doing?
Okay, so what are we observing?
What are we observing for people? Are we observing for putting ideas on the table or? I
like
think
that
that's a
one.
good one.
I think that's great.
Let's do
Because
that.
we're gonna need that today. All right, so our content objectives today are teachers will specify the concerns they have about identified target students. We started to do that already. So I guess you have some. Teachers will process student journal prompts by responding to these prompts themselves. Ready? Okay. Teachers will prepare, review focus lesson charts, flash mats, and sheet protector pages for upcoming fractions content. Cover sleeves, you have to roll them up. Okay, our language objectives. Teachers will discuss the specific concerns they have about target students and clarify their action plan for addressing these students' needs. Teachers will share out ideas and questions related to upcoming content. You're leading questions for reflection. What are your main concerns regarding length? Could be people, students, or content. What questions do you have about the math content pertaining to length? And you asked me today to go over multiplication and division of fractions. Okay, and what are your next best steps for implementation of blank? Flash mats, data sheets, journals. You know, someone's calling me. I'm sorry. Okay. Any questions about that?
No.
A little bit? Okay. So let me hand this out to you and just reflect first, okay? Okay, you're about to
Okay.
start.
I'm about to, so I'll start. So areas of need again is the explanations of the their math processing and
Written explanation.
and even verbal a little bit.
Written slash.
And how to explain their steps. And we've really hit sequential order hard on all of this. In language arts, we have the words up for them to use, and
But they may not be making a connection to
they're
the
not
math.
connecting.
Yeah.
Well, I have intentionally connected it. Okay, remember we were in sequential order. Remember we have, okay, look up on the wall to see these are the sequential order words that are going to help you. You know, so I have really intentionally done that, but
So that's your main one.
so that's my biggie right now because a lot of it, the other is fairly new learning, so it just
Okay.
takes
We'll
time.
focus on that one. Echoed by the rest of you, or
Yeah.
something
Yes.
different?
Yes, explaining the processes,
Okay, so
words,
you have-
language rhymes.
All right, so we've identified it.
This is a big part of their assessments.
Yeah. Okay, so what patterns or trends are shown by the work that you are asking them to do along those lines? Writing, expressing themselves in written and verbal form. What do you see, and what do you hope to see?
When I see them do their work, if they can do the algorithm, and if they just take their time and explain it in the sequential order steps, it would be a great explanation. But there's that, like you said, there's a connection between your algorithm and your writing. If they can connect the two, it would be okay, but you know, their algorithm will come up, look great, and then with their writing, they either skip steps or they're not real thorough on their explanation as to what they do.
They expect us to infer kind of what they're doing.
Yeah,
It's like, well, but I don't know what you're doing because.
I would say pretend you're writing it for your second grade brother or sister. You know, you got to write it out and explain it.
Explain what every
piece,
detail
yeah.
is.
That's actually a good prompt that you could
Explain it to your own brother.
So have them maybe consider identify an audience
Oh, okay.
for their.
And then actually have them read it themselves and try to follow those directions and see how far they get. You know, they'll realize there's gaps or holes or something.
Now that would be that they would write it down and then they trade
Yes.
papers and you do exactly what it says.
Exactly.
Maybe we could do that. That might be
I like
a really
that.
good.
Or even just, you know, pulling a couple homeworks and doing it
And-
up really quick and being like, okay, this one they say,
Mhm.
explain it. So I'm going to
So
do
we'll
what
do
they
it,
did.
and then we can have them do it with each other.
And then they can,
Or,
I think
or
that
grab
would
a
be-
few for
yeah.
time's sake, put
Yeah.
it on the doc cam, and then, okay, everybody, try to solve this or do what the directions say.
Yeah.
yeah. And
That
then
would
they're
be
going to run
really
it
good.
back.
I
Have
think
fun.
that would be a really fun.
Good ideas.
I think that would be a good, it would help them to really see the reality of what they're doing. The other thing we're still having issues is with multiplication patterns.
Okay,
Yeah.
Let's
A lot of
address that
mistakes.
separate.
Yeah, so-
Let's address that separate. Okay. But yeah, I know that's a foundation, so we'll have to visit that hopefully today. Okay, so the third part here, what might be missing? What you're getting from them and what you want to get from them. There's a gap. So in that gap, what's missing?
I know at least in my classroom because I had him there for 2 days and we're just dealing with AGE and then field trip and then specialties. I know my kids feel like I'm just teaching random concepts, so I need to glue it all together and show them how each of them play a part with the fractions or anything like that. So sort of helping them put together all the pieces because I think all of my students feel like it's just lesson and then lesson,
So write that down for
disconnected.
yourself.
Yeah, I did.
Ground the students. in
Yes,
that, right?
yeah.
And reestablish those connections.
Mm-hmm.
So your math ball will play a big role in that as well. When you're talking to them about those random pieces, go walk over to your math ball, stand there, and show them. Show them the connections.
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.